What It Takes Radio presents How to Be a World-Class Podcaster so you can tell your story to the world. And today, AIDDA is the formula you need to know to be different as a world-class broadcaster. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and world-class podcasters. Once again, my name is Stan Houston. Now we are on adventure number 4 in how to be a world-class podcaster. Two very important words in the marketing and in the business world, and maybe it's even in the entire world. Maybe it's the life words. We're different. That's right, we're different. How are you different? And that's what all of us have to be able to talk about. How are we different? If there are 100 different people applying for a job, how are you different? If there are 100 different people who are trying to get the contract, how are you different? Now, there are hundreds of people who are offering podcast programs. Well, what I would like to claim, and I hope to demonstrate, is that all of them may be quite good. Some of them are so-so, and some of them are just bad. But they'll do. But the point is, we would like to say we're different. Now, most of the programs you run into, and I've just simply remind you, it's not about being able to stand in front of a microphone and talk about something that you like about and to record it and then take that recording and post it on a podcast platform, push the button, and hope that people will listen to you. Now, what we did just last week is I took off my tie this time, but I tried to point out to you that having a coat and tie would make you different because it helps you to think differently about what you're doing. Now, do I always wear a coat and tie? Not usually. Today, see, I took my tie off, and I'm not wearing a white shirt, I'm wearing a blue one. However, I'm always very keen about how I appear. After all, I'm kind of an old guy, and as a result, I have to try and do as best as I can to make a decent appearance. And so I'm going to try and dress in such a way that no matter whether I'm on an airplane, whether I'm in the mall shopping, whatever I am, I'm on stage. I'm performing. I'm always ready to answer the question, what do you do and how do you do it? Because as an entrepreneur, that's what I have to do. And increasingly, you have to do that too. Now, what I want you to do is, first of all, adopt that slogan. We're different. You're going to be doing a podcast. You are doing one now. Of all the podcasts out there, how are you different? Are you one of a kind? Is there no other podcast like what you do? Probably not. But the more you can be very good at what you do, the more you can be different in how you do it, and the more you can engage and attract an audience. That will be the keys to the success of your program, of your show, of your performance, of your world-class podcast. Now, so we would like to continue to emphasize that. Now, one of the things that has always surprised me is that I've many times just simply said to people, do you know what the AIDDA formula means? AIDA, AIDDA. And I'm really surprised because to me, it is the basic understanding of all good sales and marketing, particularly in this media age. And so what I want to do today, right off the bat, we're just into number 4, I want to teach you this crucial difference about a radio program. And the point is, it is also the crucial difference in a 1-minute Super Bowl commercial, promotion, any type of attraction where you're trying to get people to listen to you, to eventually stay listening to you, to be interested in what you have, and then eventually listen to you, buy from you, recommend from you, recommend you to others, and it's a recommendation from them to you. And because they also understand that you, as the podcaster, make the difference in the program. So all of those things go into making you different. Now here's what I want to do. Here we go. AIDDA. Please write that down. And now I just simply want you to walk with me as we go through what AIDDA means. And we teach this in our course, but it's so important that we're just simply going to make it a part of our production here. That is the formula for a promotion, for a commercial. And here's what it means. People are doing something else. By the way, no one wants to listen to your podcast. No one wants to read your book. No one wants to buy your product. No one wants to do any of the things you want them to do. They want to do something else until all of a sudden you have the opportunity to come into their life in some way, by accident or by recommendation or whatever. And so they turn on, they tune on, they click on, and there you are. You have just a few seconds in a commercial and just a few minutes in a radio program to get their attention. As they used to teach me in the BBC, no one's listening to you. They're not paying attention to your program. So stop them. Stop them from not listening. Stop them from not paying attention. So the question is, and we can go into greater detail in a later program, but you think about this. How can you get a person's attention? Is it a good story? Is it a good quote? Is it an outlandish statement? How do you get people's attention? You got that now? Write that down. Okay, but eventually, in fact, almost right away, they will stop and start losing your attention until you then do, say, become, you do something. You become something. You say something that keeps them interested. So, first of all, the attention. What? What's that? Well, what's that all about? That sounds interesting. I think I need to think more about that. D, desire. And this is the primary thing. In effect, once you have their attention and have their interest, you have to do and continue to do things that they like and they want. They desire to keep listening. They desire to hear more of the story. They desire to hear more of the music. They desire to buy what you're offering. They say, that would be nice. That would be nice. Attention, interest, desire. Now, in a commercial, you have 60 seconds to get all of this done. Maybe 90 seconds. Maybe 30 seconds. And in some cases, today, you may even have 15 seconds. Attention, interest, desire, and then decision. Or what's the deal? What you're saying here is, this is what you have to do to continue to get what you want. This is why you will continue to listen to the program, or you will continue to listen to the commercial. In effect, you tell people, or they find out, they discover what they have to do to gain your product, keep listening, or whatever you want them to do. And then action. What do you want them? How do they keep doing? How do they keep taking action? How do they follow through? Now, we can go into greater detail on this, and in fact, we have a whole program on how to do the AIDA formula, and we will do that. However, right now, I want you to understand the importance of AIDDA. You are a radio promoter, you are a radio performer, you are a radio salesperson. You are trying to get people to pay attention, to keep paying attention, to have a certain experience, and to enjoy that experience and recommend it to others. And hopefully, because many people do that, your program will be monetized. People will want to sponsor it because you know how to attract an audience and get them attention, interest, desire, decision, action, not only for your program, but for the products and the services that you sell or advertise. It is a basic communication persuasion formula. And so what I want you to do right now is to think about that and start listening to other programs. How do they continue? How do they do? Or do they? Now, I listened to a very good lecture the other day. It was a podcast, however, and unfortunately, it was slightly boring. Why? Because it wasn't an energetic radio program. What it was somebody was well informed, they knew a great deal about the subject, and they got in front of the microphone and they had a certain amount of expression and energy. But what it was simply a lecture. It was simply a presentation. And they gave the information, and then they stopped giving the information, and they gave a contact. And if all I ever wanted was just the information, it might work for me. However, that's not who we are. Most of us, when we get in front of the speaker of a radio, or if we are looking at a video or a movie, we have a certain amount of us because we have this click and switch thing, that we want to have a sense of enjoyment, amusement, partly entertainment. And oftentimes, your online course, your online podcast simply doesn't meet the qualifications needed to have energy and personality and a touch of entertainment and a touch of wit and humor. You don't keep me interested. You don't appeal to some of the desires and things that I'm really, even though I'm listening to your lecture, what do I want to be able to do? How will my life be better because I learned this from you? What do I have to keep doing to make this work in my life and business? So remember now, attention, interest, desire, decision, action. That's the key to being a world-class podcaster, and to learn that and begin to make that a part of not only who you are, how you speak, how you perform, and how you present yourself and your story and your message and your entertainment to the listener, to the people who matters, to the people who are the most important people on your program. It's them. Remember, it's all about them. I'm Stan Houston. This is a brief, but I hope important addition to what you need to know to be a world-class podcaster. Please keep in touch. Remember now, we can help you become a world-class podcaster. What It Takes Radio, witradio.net. Reach out to me at stan@witradio.net, and we can put you through a coaching experience. We can allow you to take a course in a class, which is a coaching experience. We can do it in person. We can do it in a house. We could come to all of you who are involved in a production and doing radio and podcasting work. We can help you truly be one of the best to not only be a podcaster, but to be a world-class broadcaster, communicator, podcaster. That's what we want, and that will truly make you different. Remember, be different. Till next time, live and do and be different as much as you can, and then come back and listen to the more of the program.
Thank you for being with us at What It Takes Radio for how to be a world-class podcaster. The world needs to hear your story, so reach out to us at stan@witradio.net, witradio.net, or 520-664-7002 in the USA.